Apes and Apettes, welcome back to the channel. We got some very exciting news to get into. Citadel was just named in that probe into block trading. Now, I have went over this extensively here on the channel, and I want you guys to be very excited because I noticed the change in how AMC was trading a week prior to when that probe was actually leaked to us. So it's been a total of roughly 2 weeks now that AMC has been trading pretty much free and clear from a lot of the manipulation that AMC has suffered over the past year. So we're going to dive into that situation, as well as how Citadel is now being named in that DOJ probe and what this could mean for the future of AMC. So get excited, don't short the like button, hit the like button for me, as well as subscribe to the channel if you guys have not already. And if you guys want to get some totally free stock, you can literally sign up with Moomoo, Weeble, and Public, get yourself some free shares, sell those free shares, and buy yourself some AMC, because I want to own as many shares as possible heading into this Moass. If you guys also want access to all of my trade alerts in real time and join a great trading community, check that link out pinned down below in the top comment, as well as follow me over on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching, and let's dive into this video. So I first off made this video and said this because, you know, I like to keep you guys up to date. And this was pretty straightforward, but now it's being more or less confirmed. But the title was Citadel, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs are under investigation. Now, in this article, Citadel was not named directly. It says regulators probe block trading at Morgan Stanley, Goldman, other Wall Street firms. SEC Justice Department investigate large share sales communications between banks and hedge funds. So they're communicating with each other. They're coordinating to do these big block trades and pin stocks for their own benefit, to let it, you know, basically let it do what they want to do and front run both sides, whether it's to the, you know, the bullish side or the bearish side, and pin the stock wherever they want to, because obviously they have full control when it comes down to it. And I know you guys have noticed the change in really the way that AMC trades. We're no longer being pinned at certain prices, and you're actually seeing a very bullish setup, which we will get into here in 1 second. But why I made that initial claim, which turned out to be, you know, in pretty much unanimous agreement on that video. The comments were actually pretty positive. I expected to get a lot of backlash about that, and especially about the claims I've been making about the manipulation coming to an end. But it says right here, some of the funds that receive subpoenas act as liquidity providers to Wall Street firms. So I don't know why they didn't just come out and name them, because the only 3 liquidity providers, the SLMM firms, which you can see stands for Registered Market Maker at the Exchange, SLMM, whereas in SLP are these guys over here, and it says an SLP can be either a proprietary trading unit of a member organization or a registered market maker at the exchange, SLMM. So they really, you know, long story short, these guys over here, they provide liquidity to certain stocks, but they really trade for themselves and provide that liquidity in the meantime. They're not really whole market makers. They don't provide liquidity to the markets like these 3 guys do. So there was only 3 firms. So it was pretty straightforward what was going on and who was being implemented in this investigation. So that's why I put those claims out there. Now it looks like they are being confirmed, and we will talk about that right now. We can see, shout out to Terrible over on Twitter. I believe she's one of the first people to actually cover this, and I believe she just recorded it from a phone, or somebody else did, but we'll pull this up and take a listen. It's only about 20 seconds long.
We are hearing here that now the DOJ is seeking information on executives at Citadel, Elements, and others. They have names that have been highlighted here. This shows us where the scope on the latest when it comes to Morgan Stanley.
Yeah, so that's the scoop. Citadel is now being named, and I'm sure Virtue is as well, but Citadel is a hot topic. Anything with Citadel in the title tends to get more clicks, so that's what people are really going to focus on, right? But as you would notice, over the past year, AMC would trade so just predictably. right? We would be pinned at certain prices wherever the market makers wanted the stock to be. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, where everybody was supposed to buy 10 shares of the stock, it virtually had no impact to the stock. You've seen the volume spike up at the end of the day. You've seen all of the buys coming in on the order books, but it did nothing for the price of the stock. In my personal opinion, what was really happening is we would send our orders to the, exchanges, through our brokers, and the buy orders would go to the dark pools and the sell orders would go to the lit exchanges. So I think that's how a lot of that manipulation happened. But you could also liken this with block trading. They also say communications, but with block trades, you could unleash whatever you want onto the markets and dictate the markets substantially just by doing that. So it looks like Citadel is being named in this investigation. This tweet came out 24 minutes ago. So let's go ahead and do a quick Google search and let's see if Citadel does come up. Citadel named in block trading probe and see if anything comes up. I doubt it will, but we will see right now if anything does come up. Now, everything's from 2 days ago when this probe actually did come out. Hold on one second. And obviously, I'm just going through this with you guys. Okay, it does say right here, Morgan Stanley relationships cross Wall Street snared in probes. This came out like, what, 2 minutes ago, it said? So you guys are literally the first ones to get this. It says in quotes, the equity capital trading universe is one of the last realms of super high-end winning and dining worlds in finance, said James Catalyst, chief executive officer of Typhoon Capital Management, noting he has misgivings about the deals that can result. Posse's frequent phone calls and some of Morgan Stanley's key clients are among a roster of more than a dozen executives at other investment firms and banks whose communications are being scoped by the Justice Department for scrutiny, according to people with knowledge of the matter. In some cases, authorities are seeking access to online chats, mobile phone text, emails, and messages sent by apps, the people said, asking not to be named, discussing the confidential demands. The list of people whose communications are being sought ranges from executives at prominent Wall Street hedge funds such as Andrew Lipskin at Citadel's Surveyor Capital and John Dorfman at Element Capital Management to money managers at smaller firms focused on block trades, including executives at CAAS Capital Management and Islet Management, and a former employee at Sangati Capital Management, the people said. So if this is coming out to us, they know what has been going on. They don't want to undermine the markets. They don't want to say, hey, the guys that have been taking your orders and routing them have been manipulating stocks, making a ton of money, but ultimately losing everybody in the markets a lot of money, right? So they don't want to come out and exactly say what is going on. It might be a while before that actually does happen, but boy, is that wild. Citadel's chats are being subpoenaed. They're going to look at exactly what is said. I can't wait for that to come out. But when it does revolve around AMC, why I've been making my claims, like I said, the stock is trading and doing what it naturally would be doing if there was no manipulation. This really started in this period, really between February 7th and February 8th is when you started to see the stock go up and really trade how it naturally would, after we were suppressed to these artificial lows. At the same time, as I have been watching AMC's institutional order flows for the past 3 months, and they have been incredibly bearish. It's like all Wall Street hedge funds and institutions knew exactly what was going on. So nobody was buying options. Nobody was trading the stock. Now you're seeing the institutional order flows are turning incredibly bullish. In the past week, 66% positive order value, 161 orders totaling $73.24 million. Even on a day where AMC was down 3%, you still seen 50% positive order value. But what is even more different now is you're seeing a lot of far out of the money calls. You're seeing activity that we have not seen in a very long time. And this started about 2 weeks ago, about 1 week before the probe came out. You're seeing right here, $42 calls, $23 calls. You're seeing a lot of the $30 calls as well. Look at that, $90 put. Jesus Christ, what are they trying to do there? $26 call. You're seeing, like I said, a lot of $30 calls over the past couple of days, right? Here's one for March 18th. $30 calls right there, a couple of them right there, 24 right there. You've also been seeing a lot of $40 calls, $50 calls. There was $1 million worth of $50 calls expiring by March and May that were put in by the same firm in one day. Now, this doesn't go back all too far. I'm sure I could, but it doesn't matter too much. You've seen $80 strikes, $110 strikes expiring by January 2023. That's hundreds of percents out of the money. It's like the gig is up, and they're finally starting to bet alongside the apes. And we're finally seeing what the real order flows are for AMC, and we're seeing they are incredibly bullish. So I want to make that claim, I really do, that the manipulation is gone, and I think it's pretty clear to see, and I think that's something everybody should be bullish about. Everybody should be bullish about that. And you know, the DOJ, the Fed, the SEC, they all know what has been going on now, so that kind of manipulation cannot happen now. It essentially has to go away. And I believe I'm the only one on YouTube that is saying this and that is actually backing up a reasonable logic here. And I wish I documented the last 3 months. I looked at option order flow, and obviously you guys know the stock has been pinned where it is no longer being pinned. So, you know, some of this, I guess you have to take my word, take it for what it is. Not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, but I do think the manipulation is pretty much done at this current moment. So if you guys found value out of this video, or if you just simply, you know, found entertainment, hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, but make sure to comment down below and do all three of those things so you can push out this video to as many people as possible, because I think it's something, like I said, to be very bullish about. All in all, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.